Good morning, good morning,
Good
good
morning,
morning, good morning. Welcome back, everybody, to Coffee with Cory. And
Cory.
my name is Cory Martin. I'm City Councilman in Fairhope, Alabama. And we have here the Honorable City Councilman Cory Penn, District 1, Mobile, Alabama. Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning. Y'all here with Coffee with the Corys, the Councilman podcast.
So how you been, man?
I've been great. Great.
Yeah,
Honestly, man. It's been, family doing well. The city's moving forward.
yeah.
The community is doing great. We working towards, making it better. So how about
Yeah.
you?
All is well, man. Same, man. We Fairhope is moving along. Finances are looking good as usual. Last week we talked about the budget
Yeah.
and and getting that done in a historical time. I think we haven't completed the budget in September in about 10 years. So we're excited, man. We're looking forward to kind of getting some master plans done for some recreational land and possibly looking at putting some expanding our basketball facilities for the
Okay.
kids. Um, you know, um, that waterfront project we talked about at the pier is
Yeah.
coming along, man. I mean, just a lot of. I mean, I'm just excited, man, to see the movement.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it, be
Be
about it.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
The
that
metropolitan movement. You
yeah,
like the
yeah,
MM.
the MM. Let's try to connect these things,
Yeah.
connect these dots,
Yeah. That's
pull them
it.
together.
That's it.
So yeah, man. So, but I'm interested in a couple of things this
Okay.
morning that we'll touch base on. I think the first thing that we'll talk about, and that's a big topic on
Yeah.
your side,
Yeah.
is and don't forget to don't let us forget to vote, to tell people to
Oh
vote
yeah,
on
November
November
8th.
the 8th.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
we'll put that back in at the
Definitely.
end, but that's critical.
Yeah.
But the annexation,
Yeah.
I know that's
Man,
I saw
it's
you.
huge.
Yeah, I saw you on the news and did a good job,
Thank
my
you.
brother. But so what you want to talk about? Let's get
So
into a little bit about
I
that.
think it's important to people to understand the process, right?
Right.
Right now a lot of people have some concerns. You have a group of people that really want to be in the city of Mobile that's right now on the outskirts, right? And then you have a group of people who are concerned. They're concerned, can we take care of what we have right now? And if we bring another 20 some thousand people, will we be able to provide those services and still provide for the services in a city that need it the most, right? And then you have a group who just don't know. They just like, I need to see a plan. I need to see something together. And so what a lot of people don't know about annexation is the city council is not voting to allow people to come in the city. We're allowing people to vote to come into the city. So when we decide, when that time comes to vote, we're not saying, okay, they're annexing in. We can't force people to come in. We have to give them the opportunity to vote to see if they would like to come in. And so right now, the administration and the council is working together, trying to figure out a plan, how that looks, and also meet with stakeholders. So we've been meeting with stakeholders throughout the city of Mobile to hear their concerns so we can add to that plan and figure some things out.
So annexation,
Yeah.
a lot of people, annexation is usually when you live outside. I'm hearing something on the background. You
Yeah.
hearing
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hearing some type of feeding in the background. But annexation is usually when someone lives outside the city limits
That's correct.
that want to now become inside the city limits. Is
That's,
that correct?
that's correct.
So your biggest group of annexers is coming from where?
So the West.
From the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you look at right now with our census, we do a census every 10 years. Everybody is moving west, man. People are migrating. Our districts are, in the inner city is losing residents because people are moving out west, newer homes, everything is kind of newer out west. So people
Okay.
are migrating. And then housing is a big component. And so you see more housing development out west.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you look at, just even think about it, the largest high school right now, Baker
Yeah.
West, right? The largest middle school in the state of Alabama, Sims Middle School.
Wow. So as far as out west, so is those the areas out there about Snow Road that are not contiguous that want to annex?
Yeah, you got areas out there. You
Mhm.
have also some areas on Moffett Road that is outside the city limits,
Mhm.
but it's majority that probably would be the only. Everything else would be west out there.
Airport
Schiller,
Boulevard.
yeah,
Airport Boulevard.
past that,
Yeah.
those areas, and you got a lot of people who, like I said, moving and they are interested, and so you also got to, at the same time, you do have a group that want to come in, but you don't know for sure, and I think that's what the administration is doing, polling and just making sure every neighborhood to get an understanding what they want to do and what their needs, because it's a process. When you come in, you come into the city of Mobile, it's certain things that that they not used to doing, and so now we have to be able to educate, and let them know, okay, what is the process, how does it work. But I think that we understand that the city has to grow. We in a position right at one time that Mobile was the second largest city in the state of Alabama, and now we're the fourth largest. And so now we in this process of trying to figure out how do we grow the city in the right way.
Yeah.
So I think that, and I'm loving the discussions, because we need to talk about, like, it's not just about adding more people, but we also got to figure out how we stop the bleeding. Why are people leaving our city, right? Why they're moving out? And then I think if you can do that, and then you combine and making sure that those communities that are the oldest communities that need more help, making sure that they're getting the resources provided to them. I think it makes a major difference.
Yeah. Fairhope, I think this is a macro problem to a lot of micro problems. Fairhope being a little smaller city, we still want to square off. We want to know what Fairhope is.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've been talking about the last couple of years, is especially with that SB 107 that came in, where it kind of blended the planning jurisdiction. I don't know if you remember any of that.
Yes.
Senator Elliott did it. But it made us think about where we are as a city. What are our four corners, and what does that look like as we continue to grow? How far out do we want to grow? What is Fairhope? A lot of people that live in extraterritorial jurisdiction, they think they live in Fairhope.
Yeah.
But so recently we had a lot of county zoning, because a lot of people were unzoned, whether they're in the city or out of the city. And a lot of people, it's all education.
Yeah.
Because and the services play a big part, because you think about it. If you live in Baldwin County and you live in a city, you get all the services of the city. That's only 24,000, 25,000 people. Now, if you live in Baldwin County and you're a part of the county, they're servicing over 400,000 people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your services now.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's a big difference of service when you're trying to service 24
major
versus 400,000. So you have to think about those things. Now, I heard you say one thing as far as annexation. Annexation brings ad valorem.
Yeah.
That brings money.
That's correct.
So the answer to the people that's asking, can we afford it? Well, yeah, they pay for themselves.
Yeah. And and I think that's been the concern too, because in the past, actually, we have annexed certain areas that didn't bring any money, though.
How's that?
It's not bringing enough for services.
Oh, you mean
if
when I bring the math?
It's not adding up.
It's not adding up.
It's not adding up.
Even though they're bringing property taxes and everything.
Yeah,
else,
because in Mobile, our big win is sales tax.
Yes.
So if we just bringing neighborhoods in,
right,
then property tax probably is not gonna
equal.
There you go.
The cost of labor.
Yes. But in this new annexation, what has been presented so far is not a complete, plan right now, is showing that we will get extra revenue.
That's exactly right. And so that's the question.
Yeah,
that's the answer.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
So okay.
But see, the problem too with people concerns, and it's just been, I like addressing issues, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. The problem is the concerns are in the community, or those extra funds will be allocated to the ones who need it the most, right? So I think it's building a trust to say, okay, we're gonna get this extra revenue, but how is it gonna benefit my community?
Right.
What plan is in place to say that with this extra revenue, we're going to help with infrastructure, drainage, roads, development, just to make things better in our community. And I think that's what the council is advocating for. And I believe the administration is listening.
Okay.
And hopefully, I don't know when they would present something to the council and saying that this is the full plan moving forward, but hopefully when that happens, by them listening to the stakeholders and the council members, that we will have something that we can grow our city. Because when you look at the city of Birmingham, right, they're landlocked. How them people start, a small municipality start popping up, right? And Sims is annexing like crazy, man. Like if you go look at their map, they're just, like they take areas, and so you got to get to a place where you say, okay, we see this going on. What can Mobile do for the future? Because we want to make sure that we provide the services, the population. Also, the bigger the city, the more, of course, grants you can apply for. And then we also know that with a population size increase, more big companies would like to come.
Right.
Because I think at one time, and I'm not sure, and this, at one time, David Buster's, they wouldn't even come to a city less than 200,000 people in the population. So you got to start looking at these moments. Okay, if we want to have certain things in the city, we know we need to grow our city, but we also got to make sure that we're growing it the right way.
Well, you want to have smart growth.
That's it.
And that's the term.
I love that.
Yeah, you always want to have smart growth. You don't want to bring anything as far as a burden to your city or to your people.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's where the council comes in, and that's where the conversation comes in, and the charrettes and all the stakeholders, like you said, come together in the community. All the leaders of the community come together, sit at a table.
That's it.
And like we're doing right now, and chop it up.
I think that's what people have to understand. And that's what I said in the council meeting on yesterday. Right. I said the exact words that you said. I said the only way to move Mobile forward, and just not even Mobile, the metropolitan, is for us to come together. This is what we're doing right now. That's how we started this conversation. And I believe the same thing we have to see with this annexation piece is that we got to come together, say, okay, this is what we want to see. This is what we want. And let's move forward. We all want the same. We want to grow. Yeah. So let's figure it out together.
So let's get behind the veil a little bit on subjects like this. Okay. So this is what this is all about. Okay. So you're being a city councilman and also being a citizen.
Yeah.
And you've been on both sides. You're now behind the veil. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
When you hear things like this as a citizen, what's one of the things that come up that kill bills, that kill dreams out there with all the conspiracies, and what do you think causes that?
When you're not transparent.
Right. People don't know.
Don't know.
They think that we up to something or this and that, but that's not the deal. And the thing about it is, it's not just prevalent to Mobile. This happens in every township, city, rural area, local government. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just people. Now, sometimes, you got some people out there that are not right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's misinformation.
That's it.
And not having enough conversations with the different groups to let them understand what's really going on.
Yeah.
And you said something the other day, when I called you, we had a conversation, and I called to congratulate. We were just talking, and you was like, sometimes you just got to nip it, and that's true.
Yeah.
On our end.
Yeah, that's it. As a leader, you got to get to that place, that you just like, look, we're going to nip it right now. I had a conversation, and I know it probably didn't make a lot of people weren't happy what I said on yesterday, but it was the truth. A lot of people, to me, if you come in with already a mindset,
preconceived conceptions,
without even willing, that's it. Willing to listen, not even listen.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah.
And so I asked this question. I said, if I gave you a contract right now and I asked you to sign it, and I have a couple things on there, And I tell you, after you sign it, I'm gonna add some more, but I just need you to sign it right now. Would you sign that contract?
What? You just gonna add? I don't get a chance to
You don't
read
get a
it.
chance to read it.
Why would I sign that contract?
What? So when people asked me, they said, "Do you support annexation?" I don't have a plan. I don't have a contract. You asking me, do I support something that is not a fully plan?
Right.
I can't sign something, and then if I tell you, yeah, I support it, or yeah,
You don't know enough information.
I don't know enough information.
Right. Let's just talk about it.
So let's talk about it. Instead of coming in and say, I'm against it,
Right.
don't do it. Or instead of coming in and say, I'm for it and I don't care nothing else. I don't care about nothing. Let's just talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's sit down. Let's figure it out so we can move forward together, because you might be surprised. But if when you come in with your mindset already made, you're not even willing to listen.
Right.
You're not even listening to say the person where the one was for it and the one who was against it. You know, now you come in with, let me come in with an open mind. I heard, so y'all just want more money?
Right.
So y'all don't care about adding. Y'all just want maybe some extra money going towards drainage. Well, we need to fix drainage. If we fix drainage, then more businesses will come in that maybe area. Now we getting more sales tax. Now the city growing. And so you saying, let's move it and then we can do that? Oh. And you just saying that, hey, you want to come in because you'll get the services, but you willing to support the drainage?
Right.
Now we just saw the issue.
But it takes, this is what I want to get at.
Yeah.
It takes both sides, because what I've learned sitting on the bench is that common folks, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
They might be missing a couple of things. They might get confused because they're missing a couple of inside information that they don't get on their desk that we are privy to get. So we know a little bit more to fill in those holes.
Yeah.
But if you really listen to them, same thing you're saying.
Yeah.
We learn a lot too, and are better to make a wise, prudent decision.
There you go.
If we listen to them as leaders.
That's it.
And so it's a two-way street is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
listen, you know, my 3 L's. This is what my 3 L's. Listen, learn, leverage. Listen, learn, listen.
I can get with that.
Leverage. I believe that that's the first thing as leaders.
Right.
We should be listening.
Right.
And that's what, you know, and then I think sometimes we miss that component. We sometimes as leaders have a mindset to, we need to get this done.
Right.
Instead of, hold up. Let's slow it down for a minute and let's go listen. We have a similar situation with the Mobile Civic Center. We're working towards that. And the first thing I asked, I said, did we talk to the people who live around the Mobile Civic Center?
Yeah, right.
We need to listen. I can come up with an amazing plan.
Right.
But guess what? I don't live around.
Yeah. And it's not about your plan.
Yeah.
It's about you work for the people.
There you go.
Okay. I mean, and a lot of people get caught up in that. I mean, a lot of people all the way up to the federal government.
Yeah.
You know, we see a lot of that sometimes in the executive branch.
Yeah.
But you have the balance of branches. That's why you have the balance of branches.
That's correct.
You know, so no one gains too much power. But you tend to see that tendency to, I want to do what I want to do. I don't care what the people say.
Well, I think you know what I realized, and even as, you know, starting up as a young person, serving in different roles I played in my career, many times when you get to a certain level, you forget about where you was at, right? You never come down because you so up. See, but we need both. Think about it. You have the area view and then you got someone on land. Both views are very important because when I see area, you can't see when you down. But it's some stuff that when you up there, you can't see down here.
That's right.
So guess what? We have to communicate and talk.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this is what's taking place on the land. And then you tell me, well, this is what's taking place area. Okay, now let's figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, but you got to have the conversation too. Yeah, because all conversations don't travel up and down. I think that's where some leaders, they can talk to the people up high, but they can't talk to anybody in the middle or down low.
That's it.
What the world says, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to be able to talk to everybody. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, and that's why to me, and that's why it's so important for me to be in the community.
Yes,
I'm everywhere because I want people to see me. I don't want you to see like I got to come down to Government Plaza to talk to Cory. No, I'm coming to your football game. I'm seeing your kid in school. Right, like I want you to feel. I want your child to know, like I can go talk to Councilman Cory over there. Right. Like I want to feel like. But if you stay there,
you're right.
You're
untouchable.
That's it.
People don't want to come to you.
Yeah, nah.
And then you got the missed phone call talking about call my secretary.
Yeah.
Big time now.
Yeah,
huh? Big time.
Yeah,
that's not service though.
Yeah, service. Yeah, you figure it out. Of course, you got to have a process, but I think at the same time you got to realize how do, what can you do to be amongst the people?
Yeah.
When I got to give a big shout out to, man, Joe Bonner at South Alabama. Man, I never saw a president. This man is down there. Like, I go to he's out there talking to the students.
Yeah.
He dancing, doing the Cupid shuffle. South Alabama. I said, boy,
Joe can dance.
Man, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about his move.
Right.
He was doing it, right?
It was the spirit.
But when I saw that, I'm gonna tell you what I realized. I said, man, that's connection.
No doubt.
Because sometimes when you look at the president of a university, especially South Alabama, you're like, oh, that's untouchable.
Yeah, there's been some disconnects there as well.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that another time. But let's talk about, we were just talking about, we were talking about listening and we were talking about serving the people.
Yeah.
Fairhope just had a big deal come up.
All right.
We had a no. It died on the tree, actually.
Okay.
No one even put it up for a motion.
Wow.
It died on the tree, and it was the marijuana ordinance.
Okay.
And so let's talk about behind the veil, how this happened.
All right.
So we talked about it's not about what you want.
Yeah.
Because me being a medical person, I personally can see some positives in people being able to have alternative medicines.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Now, me being in the medical field, I understand that we do have some FDA. I think it's like 3 FDA drugs. I know Marinol is the oldest. They've been using that, I don't know, since the 80s, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pill form. So we know a little bit about that. But as far as the tinctures and the lotions and the balms and the gummies, the edibles, we really haven't done a whole lot of study, good or bad.
Yeah.
So we don't really know.
We don't know.
But we do know empirically, when you see a patient, a young lady, a child that's sick, on chemo, nauseous, and you give them marijuana or THC, and they start feeling better, that's an empirical observation. So in my opinion, I've seen that.
Yeah.
So I see the good in it.
Yeah.
I don't just look at the bad. And me personally, all I can think about is the good.
Yeah.
How can it help somebody? And if I vote on this, am I denying a child that really needs that help to get that the ability to get that type of help?
Yeah.
So that's where I was sitting. So, but guess what? I got inundated.
Wow.
With calls.
Yeah.
For no. Not calls that saying for it.
Yeah.
It was calls that saying, please. Now, I don't know how they got my number. listen. That was a story right there. That's a whole other story. But what I'm telling you,
when people want something,
they got my number. They got my personal number, brother. You hear me? So I'm sitting here like, wow, and so that happened for days.
Wow.
Where I was just getting calls to the point I answered a couple, but if I, if I don't recognize the number for the most part, especially if it's got some long distance, I'm thinking it's spam.
Yeah.
But the good Lord tapped me on the shoulder one day and I just answered it. I think it might have been 251 and I didn't recognize it, but I said, let me just see what this is.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was the people saying no to that particular ordinance. Now, I don't work for Cory.
No.
You see, I work for the people in Fairhope, Alabama, and Baldwin County. So it doesn't really matter. Now, if I was hindering a person from getting that particular medicine, where they couldn't get it at all, then I would have to vote on what the good Lord has given me discernment.
Yeah.
Okay. But in this case, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Because we got surrounding townships and cities that are voting it yes. So that means the availability for people to use it or to get it is still there.
Yeah.
So if my people where I am does not want that ordinance, our job behind the veil, this is where a lot of people miss, is to vote for what they want at that particular time, especially if it's not affecting negatively to anybody. And the only reason that we're doing it is to make some money.
Yeah.
And I'm not about doing something just to make some money if the people don't want it.
Man, that's
you
good.
Understand?
I got to
that's behind the veil.
Now that's a leader.
That's behind the veil.
That's
how I was thinking.
Yeah, you got to people need to hear that.
That's how I was thinking.
Because that's powerful right there. I love what you said. If it hindered anyone from not being able to access that, then now you had to listen to what the Lord is telling you.
I had to listen.
You had to. See, that's a leader.
Yeah.
And I think that's where sometimes we miss it right there. And that's a great point, you know. So I commend you on doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff, though. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody ever gets to see a city council talk about
No.
how he was voting for something.
No,
after the day he voted for it, and what he was actually going through.
I know. That's the thought process.
That's
and
the thought process.
Yeah,
I'm giving you what I was thinking, how I was thinking when I was up there.
Yeah, because you made a great point. We're for the people, right? I always say, pen for the people, right? That's my motto. I'm for the people. But at the same time, you have to think as a leader, like in moments, okay, what do I need to do in those moments? Because that was a moment you had to think about.
To help everybody.
To help everybody.
And is everybody involved? So all of those dynamics, all of those variables to make a decision have to be thought about, processed, and prayed about.
Yeah.
You see, and every situation is not the same.
Yeah.
Councilman Penn.
You're right.
So you're not going to get that same process that I just explained. I'll just have to explain my next thought process.
That's it.
When something else comes.
There you go. That's it.
Because it's going to be different.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So everything is not monkey science. And that's what I love about it, man.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the good Lord putting me in this position. Because I get to depend on him at times.
That's it.
And I get to be wise. Now, Solomon was the wisest man. Yeah. But I can follow suit.
Yeah, that's it.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I love about, now, oh, come on now, you start preaching.
Hey.
You know, my bad. But you know something, man, I love about what Holy Spirit does, man. He let us know, but he also give us moments where he say this up to you.
Well, after you talk to me,
I'm giving in this moment. I'm giving you that ability because you look in the Bible. Paul said that time. Paul spoke. He said, "Look, now I'm speaking this from Paul. This ain't from God saying this, but God gave him the ability to do that in moment. That's right. To say, look, this Paul is stating this. Right? I'm not saying God coming out. But, Paul decided not to be to be by himself. Right. God ain't saying this. I'm teaching this for everybody to do it. Yeah, and I think that's the difference. But on our side, it hasn't came up yet, but we are getting phone calls.
Okay. So I talked to a couple of leaders. I talked to my fraternity brother, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, brother Mark Jackson down in Kazulas, and I think he's thinking that it's going to be a positive outcome. It's the heartbeat, of the land. I think you guys have already started. I think brother Ricardo is probably start writing the document up, the ordinance. Possibly. Yeah,
our lawyers are working on it and seeing how things could possibly be. We're interested. We getting a lot of phone calls.
Positive though.
Positive though.
Yeah.
Positive.
See, that's the thing. Not to cut you off. Mm-hmm. We didn't get any. No, the one guy that showed up in chamber was from Daphne. Yeah. So what do you? I mean, So
we're getting. I got a call that man really just it moved me. It was a veteran, that saying, "Look, this changed my life. If I didn't have the ability to use this, the pain that I was in." Like when you hear those stories, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it just it's okay, man. This is a veteran.
It's
who went and served our country.
Right.
And we're denying him access, something that can benefit him.
Right.
You got to start talking and you got to have those conversations. So we've been getting a lot of positive. Honestly, I haven't had one negative call.
So you haven't had any kickback at all? Huh?
We haven't put it out there.
Okay, I got you. Well, we talking about it now.
Yeah, I know. I'm proud. So now,
we
see, that's
why
you gotta watch.
You gotta watch it. You gotta know what's coming up.
You never know what's going to pop up. But it's discussions. People are talking about it. People are, are looking. We're looking into it. Like I said, our lawyers are looking and doing some research and getting some information to just get prepared.
Yeah.
But we are talking about it now. But as of right at this moment, I haven't heard anything negative.
So what we're talking about, if you just joining us, we're talking about the marijuana. The state has, as of I think it was September the 1st, you were allowed to have dispensaries in Alabama.
Yeah.
As far as THC. Now this is the things, because I was on that committee. There is no flower.
Yeah.
There is no vaping.
Yeah.
There's only one gummy and there's only one flavor.
Yeah.
All the rest is all tinctures, oils,
that's it,
lotions, things of that nature. Nothing, no cookies. Like I said, the only edible thing is the one gummy, and I don't know what flavor that is, but it's only one flavor. So it's not enticing to children.
That's it.
All right. There's very strict rules as far as the state has really done a great job. You know, it can be in a shopping center, but it has to have its own parking lot, which how many shopping centers you know where the dispensary is going to be able to fit, where it has its only egress and ingress in its own parking lot?
Yeah.
Not many. So that puts it, that isolates it even further. There's 37 licenses. If you get an integrated license, you get to do all things from cultivating, processing, transporting, distribution, and dispensaries. I think those are the things that it's 5 of them in that integrated, in that integrated license. The rest of them are individual license where you can transport, you can process, you can cultivate, you can have just a dispensary license and a processing license. So it's so total there will be, I think, 37 dispensaries throughout the state of Alabama. Right now. That's where we are, 37 dispensaries. So for all that don't know, this has come down. This is not Mobile or Fairhope creating these. This comes from the state. All right. This comes from the state. And this was passed last year, 2021, and it's just now going into effect, I believe, September the 1st. So lot of business coming in.
Look, a lot of business. We have an opportunity to, you know, we got to look at all these opportunities to see if this is the best way, you know, to help, you know, grow our cities and the state of Alabama, man. So, you know, I'm excited at the start of the discussion.
So I don't know what time we got.
We already 30 minutes. Okay. But you know, we wanted to remind the people.
Let's talk about what we got coming up.
Okay. All right. So the Gulf Coast Challenge is coming up. It's next week, man. We got Deion Sanders, Coach Prime.
I'm going.
Coach Prime,
I'm going.
You need to be there.
I'm going. 11:31, I believe. 11:30.
Yeah,
some of that nature.
So we got, man, when I say it's events all this week, we got the Mardi Gras event. John B gonna be here. The Isley Brothers, Tank, Kevin Hart.
I got tickets.
Come to Mobile, right? It's gonna be amazing. The parade Saturday, and then we're gonna have the Gulf Coast Challenge tailgate. Come out. Then Dougie Fresh is gonna be the post game show. So I know great things happen in Mobile.
Omega South 5, we're gonna have a tent. We'll be there. You come by the tent, Councilman. Come by and get some food. Fairhope, we got Veterans Day is coming up. Councilman Penn. We have a parade this Saturday, November 5th. A Veterans Day parade, which is really cool. I used to participate in it, but I think I'm going out of town. We will have the Lamplighters of Omega South 5 will be coming to Sonny Callahan Airport to do a tour. Young black men that's interested in aviation will be coming out at about 9:00 to Sonny Callahan Airport to do a tour. And also November 17th is Lighting Up the Trees. And then November 11th is a prayer service that's actual Labor Day down at the pier in Fairhope, Alabama, if anybody wants to come out.
All right. Well, I might have to come, you know, for some of those events. We got to do something. We need to do something where we get some on camera and see us in Fairhope, then come.
That's exactly right. Because that's what the relationship is all about. We're trying to connect the dots. So,
and then don't forget November 8th, election.
Please
go out. But last time we had a low of 17%. Let's get it higher, guys. Go tell somebody. Take your young son who's 18, your young daughters who's 18. They can vote. So get out and vote. Make your vote count.
Please. Thank y'all for watching. Be us next time. Stick with us. Follow us. Click Instagram link. All that good stuff.
That's it.
Please come back. We love you guys. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, dog. That was good. Bam. Blow that thing up.
I'm telling you, boy, it don't take. You be like, God, because it's so natural.
It's so natural, bro.
We talk like, I mean.